AT Squad, it's me, Keisha, and I'm here with a new behind the scenes tea video. So it looks like the girls are fighting over there in Beverly Hills. And by the girls, I'm not talking about Sutton and Dorit. I'm talking about Garcelle and Boz. Last week, they filmed the reunion, and I have the reunion seating chart and some tea on what went down at the reunion. But first, let's get into the reunion seating chart. So as you can see, in the first seat, we have Kyle and Dorit. In the second seat, we have Sutton and Boz. Third seat, Erica and Garcelle. And in the fourth seat, we have Jennifer and Kathy. I'm so sick of Kyle always getting first chair. I'm so sick of it. Even though this was a big season for her, I do agree, but I also feel like this was a big season for Sutton as well as Dorit. It would have been nice to see Sutton get first chair, Sutton and Dorit going face to face across from each other, and Kyle get the second seat. Okay. But it is what it is. I guess they always sit her there because of seniority at this point. But I do agree with the seating chart overall, because Boz did have a really solid first season. She did have a lot of storylines. She did really get in there with the girls, so I do think that she deserves second seat. I do think that Garcelle and Erica deserve to be in the third seat because, you know, they didn't really contribute a lot this season, especially Erica. She didn't even have a storyline. Her whole storyline this season was redecorating her living room. So, I mean, Jesus Christ. But overall, I do agree with the seating chart. What do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comment section. This is a photograph of Andy at the reunion. I see he did something different with his hair. Okay, Andy. But now let's get to the juice, okay? The juiciness of it all. So a few days ago, Garcelle posted on her Instagram story, "Not all skin folk are kinfolk." And everybody was like, ooh, is she talking about Boz or is she talking about Anne Marie? Now, I know you like Anne Marie. Where'd she come from? Like, she wasn't even on this season. Well, Anne Marie got on social media last week saying that Garcelle was jealous of her and all of this other crap that didn't nobody care about. Like, she's still trying to be relevant. But after what I read today, it seems like she might have been talking about Boz. Yes, y'all. According to Reality Blurb, Bozoma St. John believes Garcelle Bouvet used her to spark drama among their castmates on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Yeah, you heard me. Yes. When I read this headline, I was like, what? How did Garcelle use Boz? Like, huh? Well, listen. According to Reality Blurb, as she looked back on the feud between Dorit Kemsley, who is 48, and Kyle Richards, who is 56, which was fueled by Kyle's text interactions with Dorit's estranged husband, Paul P.K. Kemsley, who is 57, Boz reacted to the criticism of her friendship with Dorit, spoke of the reunion, addressed Mauricio Umansky's kissing photos with ex-Flame Nikita Khan, who is 33, and opened up about her fertility journey. Garcelle gave me the charge, Bozoma shared on the February 27th episode of Access Hollywood's Housewives Nightcap, after admitting she was leading the charge against Kyle over her text. She came over and told me, and she knew that I couldn't just let it be. I think I was used in that moment because I'm also like, Garcelle, why didn't you go and tell everybody? She could have called Dorit and told her, but she came and told me, and then I had to go do it. We're going to address that in a minute. Because she had grown close to Dorit amid her first season on the show, Boz didn't hesitate to bring up Kyle's text to Kyle. However, it was the quickness with which they became close that raised questions from many. How do you have an opinion about me being friends with somebody? Why? Bose wondered in response. I want to know what you're going through, and I'm going to ask you. And then if you want to tell me, I'm activated. I'm in there. I'm over here. I'm giving you advice as a friend does. Is there a timeline by which you're allowed to then give advice to somebody, or are you just supposed to stay quiet? Even if you see your friend facing down an oncoming train, you're just supposed to stand there and watch them? I don't care if I've known you for 3 days or if I've known you for 3 years. I'm going to try and advise you the best I can, she added. And as Bose noted, Dorit needed a friend amid season 14. If I'm not here, which one of you is going to be talking to her? Which one of you is going to be supporting her? None of you, she declared. And so the fact that there's even an opinion about me being friends with her, I'm just like, so what did you want? You wanted her to just be on an island by herself? That doesn't seem like the goodwill, this ode to sistership that people tote. Looking ahead to the reunion, which filmed at the end of last week, Bose admitted she didn't know what to expect, although she did have some guesses. These are the things I feel like people are going to talk to me about. Kyle with the coldness, Kyle with the text message. I will say we'll probably talk about Sutton and how people feel like I'm a mouthpiece or a spokesperson for Dorit, and that I was using that against Sutton, which is really inaccurate, she shared. As for the photos that surfaced of Mauricio and Nikita kissing at an airport, Bose pointed out that because the cast didn't know the model's agenda, there was no way of knowing who called the paparazzi. That said, she acknowledged that the moment happened and was plastered everywhere. The ish is embarrassing, and so for me in that moment, I was like, oh no, I gotta pick up the phone and call and say, hey, how you doing? Do you want me to put on my black Air Forces and come over there? Because that's how I show up, she explained. Regardless of what's going on, I can't sit back. According to Bose, she has a certain understanding of Kyle because she also comes from a family of sisters. I understand Kyle and her sisters. I can talk about my sisters all I want to. The moment you start talking about my sister, it is over. And so that's how I felt in that moment about Mauricio, she revealed. Kyle and I can have any kind of friction we want to. The moment she is embarrassed by somebody in the world, oh no, I'm coming to her defense. Also, during the interview, after confirming that she loves boyfriend Keely Watson and he loves her, Bose admitted to questioning their relationships at times. I did question it and I got my answer, she shared. As for her decision to open up about her fertility struggles and past miscarriage, Bose admitted it was painful as she signaled to the many other women who've endured such heartache. There's so many of us, and there's this shame that comes with this topic, and I think it's all wrapped up in the wider conversation about women's bodies and how we manage it, or who manages it for us, she noted. I am proud to talk about it, but I'm also disappointed when I see people online criticizing me for it or tell me I'm too old. I have raised my child by myself for the last 12 years, and while she's an incredible human being and I love being her mother, I also want to be loved as a woman, so let me be. I have had real trauma in this space. I lost a child because of preeclampsia and almost lost my life, and then had a NICU baby because of preeclampsia. This is not some lighthearted, frivolous thing. This is my real life. This is real tears. This is real fear. This is real courage that you're seeing, she added. Okay, I got a lot to say about this interview that Bose did. First of all, let's address the part where she said that she felt like Garcelle used her by coming over and telling her about the text message that Kyle read to them. And that she basically, so much saying that Garcelle came over and did that deliberately to put the charge in her back. And she says, why didn't she go and tell everybody else? Well, first of all, she read the text message in front of Garcelle, Sutton, and Erica. Who else was there to go and tell? She does not have a relationship with Dorit. They don't get along. Y'all were sitting down having a kiki, and she brought it up. Nobody told you to go and confront Kyle. How was she supposed to know that you were going to do that? She didn't force you to do that. And I don't think that she came over there to tell you that for you to confront Kyle. You did that on your own admission. And you even stated in this interview that even though you and Kyle have had y'all issues, that if anything went on with her, that you would have her back and that you would confront a person on her behalf, because that's just the person that you are. So you can't then put that on Garcelle. That makes absolutely no sense. And this is why I don't see it for Boz. I simply do not. I really had high hopes for her, but she another letdown. She really honestly is. She really honestly is. And I hope that Garcelle was talking about her when she posted all skin folks and kin folk, because yeah, this ain't giving. This ain't giving at all. Because Garcelle didn't do anything to you all season. Y'all barely, really, honestly interacted with each other outside of group scenes, unless y'all had other one-on-ones that we didn't get to see. So I don't agree with that at all. I most definitely do not agree with that. I also do feel like she took on too much of what Dorit had going on with her marriage and with the other women. And I do think that there is a time limit on when you should step in and have people's back, because you don't really know these women and you're caping for Dorit and you barely know her. You would think that y'all been friends for the last 12 years. Y'all had literally just met. These women know her character. You're just learning. And recently in interviews, she has stated that now she does see that Dorit does poke at people and riles people up. So you're starting to see what we the viewers and what her castmates have saw in her for years. And you're going to learn even more. I hope that she don't turn on you and do something that offends you, because you have basically neglected the other women and forged this unbreakable friendship with Dorit. And you haven't even allowed yourself to forge relationships with the other girls. So don't be looking for people to have your back, because you don't really mess with them. You really honestly don't. For real. And then the part where she says that people feel like I'm a mouthpiece or a spokesperson for Dorit and that I was using that against Sutton, which is really inaccurate. I do think that you were using that against Sutton, because once again, I think that you put yourself in their issues. And you should have stayed out of it. You should have stayed neutral, because you don't know the inner workings of what they have had going on for years and where this all started. And it all started with Dorit. Dorit has been antagonizing that woman since she came on to the show. And you came in just immediately believing everything that came out of Dorit's mouth and having her back, not knowing that she has been the quote unquote bully or instigator in this situation between her and Sutton. You haven't taken out the time to really sit down and figure out why Garcelle and Dorit have had issues. Oh, because of her microaggressions. And you as a black woman, I would think, would try to find out about that, what was said, what was done, and say, oh, okay, now I see. But you have not taken out the time to do so. I think that she's playing the blame game, and I really am not feeling it. I'm really, truly not feeling it at all. And I told y'all on last week's review that last week's episode really solidified for me how I feel about Boz, and I just don't see it for her. She's another letdown for me. She really honestly is. Her, Anne Marie, Cherie, Will Smith ex-wife, like they're all real big letdowns as far as the black women that they have brought on this show. Really, truly. But I mean, I figured I couldn't trust her anyway. I can't trust nobody that got like 50 pounds of yucky hair in their head. Like, I just cannot. I just simply cannot. She is a complete letdown for me. A complete letdown. And yeah, I just don't see it for Bose. I really honestly don't. Y'all let me know down below in the comment section what y'all think about this interview and what she had to say. Do you all agree with Bose that Garcelle used her? Like, that's crazy talk to me. Let's have a conversation down below in the comment section, you guys. Please make sure to thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notifications so you know my videos drop. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.